Is Mojang really getting a new portal? Many believe so, and the proof is overwhelming. Fans have been calling for a new dimension for a while now, and although there are many mods that exist with some of the most creative worlds that you will ever see, an official inclusion from Mojang themselves is what fans have been calling on. Mojang over the years have gone through a massive overhaul, and although the soul of the game is still intact, the changes and the inclusions and the overall improvements immediately stand out. A complete overhaul was done to the underwater biome. They completely changed the nether, and for their most ambitious fix to date, we saw an all new caves and cliffs update that brought more depth to the game by overhauling the cave system and adding more layers to cliffs. They also added goats, enter the deep dark, and the inclusion of the inner city that can be found there. Now with this announcement, Mojang also gave away one very important piece of information by stating that within every inner city there will be an ancient structure and something interesting that will be coming along with it. As you can imagine, the internet jumped on this piece of information immediately and started to speculate. The question is though, are they speculating or are they simply following information as laid out by Mojang themselves? In February of 2022, Mojang released an experimental snapshot with the deep dark. With this snapshot, it was finally confirmed that the structure that can be found within the deep dark was in fact a portal. The question then becomes, where does it lead and what will this new dimension look like? Now there are many clues that forms consistent with the other portals, but it was the official naming that confirms it. The center structure within the deep dark is called the city center, but the mini version that spawns in every center is called small portal statue. So with that, we can now 100% confirm that this is in fact a portal. With that out of the way, the next question to answer is, where does this portal go and how can we be sure that it will in fact lead to a new dimension? Now in every deep dark there is an ancient city as previously established. The surrounding area already leads people to believe that they are in fact in another world. There is the skulk that only shows up near the portal structure, and that is very consistent with the ruined nether portal structure. Now skeptics do say that this is nothing more than mere speculation, and they would be correct, but the information currently directly aligns with the other portal dimensions, so there is no reason to believe that Mojang would be changing things up. What we have right now is a portal, a strange otherworldly block that can only be found near the portal, and the skull coming out of it consistent with what we see with the nether portal and all of the nether leaking out of it into the overworld. Now there are many things that Mojang can do here. In the inner city, mobs dying next to the catalyst causes more spreading of skull. Inserting a layer where you need to sacrifice mobs next to the portal for entry would be interesting and consistent with the theme of death that Mojang is trying to achieve with this new underworld. Mojang also added the warden, and although they did say that this new mob is not designed necessarily for protecting anything, the purpose of the warden is still to guard. So what is it guarding and why is it only lurking next to the portal? Now in the end, we can speculate all that we want, but one thing that we do know is that we should not be getting our hopes up for the next update. The deep dark was meant for caves and cliffs, and it did get pushed back with the wild. Even now it is still unclear when we can expect the next update, but it does sound like developers have their hands full.